You approach the mirror. Gaze into my reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's me. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Let's go to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Okay. If you say so. Hi there. How's it going?
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Is this the princess? Or is this somebody else? Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Okay, what are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I'm so confused. I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
We are oceans reduced to shallow creeks. What? The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own.
So you're gonna try and possess
This
me.
one remembers a spark lost in time, and she would stop at nothing to reclaim it. She will make for a burning heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally remembered what she thought she'd lost.
I was wondering, is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
I don't need to let her out of there. I don't feel a particular connection to her at the moment. Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
That was a very blunt answer, thank you. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
So what happens now?
Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Bring me more perspectives so that I may be whole. Am I just supposed to keep changing the form of the princess enough times? I have many questions, but I have an idea now. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Yeah, I think having to find different endings, finding different forms that the princess will take to try and convince me. Because right now she's a monster hunting me down. That was the first form she took. I'm sure that there are many different ways that she can approach this, because she hasn't done any of the lying and cheating and whatever. So how much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
Okay, I think that means leaving behind the voice of the hunted and the voice of the stubborn. How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Okay, so she's saying I don't have to get every ending, I just have to get enough endings, and then she'll basically assume that I've gotten them all. I was sent to slay the princess and stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Alrighty then. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay.
Yup. You can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard or R1 on your controller. Okay. I think I can actually make a setting to auto skip scene dialogue. Skip unseen text. I don't want to skip unseen text. I want to skip scene text. Okay. Have you considered, no. I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolucion.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him.
Go into the cabin. We'll take the blade. We're just gonna try and kill her as fast as possible.
You take the blade from.
Continue down the stairs.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I'm wondering if... No, I'm gonna try and kill her. I'm gonna try and be as efficient killing her as I can.
And tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing.
You step forward, your grip on the blade.
Oh? No talking then. I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? So, you should just...
She's unarmed.
I'm not dropping the blade is just going to result in us squinting at each other again. Is this going to be the exact same thing?
Then I'm not talking to you.
I didn't want to talk to you. Slay the princess.
Doubt, unfortunately, cloud a moment of distraction and...
I can't choose to finish the job because I've already chosen that. That's weird. So they lock you out of getting the same thing again. That's interesting. So now my options are to just give up or flee. I guess we'll give up.
Are you serious? As internal bleeding sets in, the blade falls from your trembling hands, clattering to the ground uselessly. You lacked the will to finish the job, your bruised and broken body falling to its knees before her. The princess, exhausted, chest heaving with heavy breaths, tosses the blade away from you. This is the end, isn't it?
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you, completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She plants her foot on your chest and pushes you onto your back, the air leaving your lungs in a heavy puff.
Well, I've disappointed her. That was the original goal.
To your throat. She leans into it with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess, shattering your windpipe and leaving you starved for breath.
That's too bad. I was looking forward to some company.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
I'm dead. What voice have we gained this time?
Path in the woods. You're here to sleep.
Let's proceed to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie.
Yep.
Can we
Voice
turn
of the
down
broken?
pessimism just a smidge. I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please, try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be.
Okay. History. I wanted to see the first thing that the broken said. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here. The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose.
This is
than its
different.
humble exterior would suggest.
I have to climb a
The only
ladder to get the
furniture of
knife.
note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Oh, voice of the broken. So I wonder if I could use the mirror to like go back to the beginning again if I wanted to. Alright, give me the blade.
Take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Alright, let's head on in. The mirror just popped out of existence there.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
I mean, none of the basements are nice.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Alright, let's see what she looks like now.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you.
Oh no.
glowing in
Is she
the
floating?
starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
No, my knife. You can't have it.
Command, the blade slips from your grasp.
I tightened it.
Clatters uselessly to the floor. But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us?
Music
I have a duty
just...
to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade. Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
No.
Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
The last time we met, you tried to kill me. And here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed.
No, I killed you the first time I tried to.
What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met, nobody should have met her before this. You should be the first. You're the only one I'd trust to deal with her. And you shouldn't have trusted us. There was nothing we could do to stop her then. And there's nothing we can do to stop her now. He's being melodramatic, but yeah, we've been here before, and she absolutely destroyed us. What are we even supposed to do to stop her? That's worrying. Whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
No.
Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters. Pick up that needle.
Do it. It's what she wants. No objections here. I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade.
She's gonna make me stab myself with it.
As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
Why? What are you gonna try and make me do with it? I'm going to kill you. You're not kidding about the divine hand. Who's doing this? Is it her? Is it you? No. I want to choose no, but the only options... I want to choose no, but I only have the choice of picking up the blade because she's forcing me to. Being railroaded. Yeah, broken does sound like a simp, I agree.
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad. Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably gonna stand anyway.
I hate you so much, all of you. Stop making me do things. I'm going to kneel here forever. No, the only choice is stand. No, not preferences, stand.
Creaking tension between body and will as you slowly
The guys are
rise to
dummies,
your
yeah.
feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance. Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
What?
No.
You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
End this. Well, I think that's the option I'm gonna go with.
Oh, we'll end this all.
Yeah, we're gonna just kill myself.
Your hand lifts the blade
God.
and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
End her. You should have clarified sooner. Slay yourself or slay the princess. The name of the game is Slay the Princess.
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time, you move towards the princess.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson. Plunge that knife into your lungs.
I'm sorry. Don't. As you take another step forward,
simp.
the blade digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility. Then it slides back out, the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lungs.
Now, do it again. Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
Wow.
Those are just words. You don't have to listen to.
Yeah, well, I have a simp in my head.
It's what she wants. You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing you. I'm on it.
Yeah?
Your other hand locks around your wrist, struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs. But the blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite the pain, you manage to keep yourself in one piece, at least for now.
This is nice.
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird thinking it can defy a god. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
No. Slay the princess. It's the name of the game.
Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
I'm pretty stubborn.
Continue to approach
More
the
stubborn than the
princess,
voice of the
even
stubborn.
as the repeated gouges of your blade expose bone and muscle to the open air of the basement.
Yep, this is pleasant.
You know, this would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand. My influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things at once. The best I can do right now is to continue to drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal would be so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will. You're the one making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt. She doesn't want to hurt us. She's just doing what she has to.
Stop.
Wow, mercy.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet, your chest heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor, the coppery taste coating your throat. The princess kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
Stab her.
Your devotion is misplaced. You've surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before. Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death. There's a place at my side for you, if you'll have it. Not as an equal, but as something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Well, that's demeaning, isn't it? Yes, how thoughtful of her. It's a mercy. Take it. I think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this.
I agree.
At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now because she knows you have what it takes to put an end to her. Seize the moment before it's too late.
Stab her. Slay the princess.
No. Yes. Though your body trembles, struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will, you finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can react. The wind of your freedom rushes through you, and you channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle.
Yeah, real decisive.
In an act of unyielding defiance. She falls to the floor, crashing unceremoniously to her knees. But you don't give her
there
any
we go.
time to recover. Your heart pounding with determination, you plunge your blade into her chest.
She's a big lady. Look how small my hand is. What?
Again and again she laughs,
What's this face?
emotion breaking through her once stony composure as your blade cuts her flesh. We can do this, can't we? You always could. The decision to give you this task was not made lightly. You're here for a reason.
It's not too late to pick up the pieces. It's not too late to toss that blade aside and beg for forgiveness. Shut up.
I can't believe you would actually strike me. You heathen! You worm! You defiler! You don't know the consequences of your arrogance!
I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's be honest here.
Before you can strike the final blow, the princess lashes out, knocking you off your feet. There's an unsettling wet pop as your spine
Ah, nice.
numbness and pain spreading through your body. As you rebound towards the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your chest. Your body is crushed as she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact. You lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well. She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
You used your hands.
Monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to
You used your hands in the first chapter here.
Nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel empty. Aside from the pain, I feel fine.
She collapses to the floor. Her glassy eyes watch, unblinking, yet somehow still full of anguish and fear.
I'm covering her face. She's just looking at me. Now her eyes are closed.
Get a happy ending here, were we? Don't let those be your final thoughts. You saved the world. That's worth something. I guess. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's finally over. Thank you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a video. You're here to like that video. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. Thanks.